Hey, what's up everyone? Ashnik here with a Let's Play walkthrough of Dark Souls Part 1. Today I am going to pretty much speed through everything, get to the bosses, give you tips, show a couple of tips, and some other fun stuff to help get you started on your little adventure. So to start off, you start off in the dungeon like so. Beast your way through all these little weaklings. Work your way up the ladder here and then out through the corridor and into the field. What you get to your first bonfire. Every time you light a bonfire, or go to a bonfire actually, all the mobs respawn that you've killed. And it's the only way to refill your flask, so use life wisely. As you enter the asylum, quickly to your left, there is a door that opens up when the boss jumps down. Do not fight the boss. He is not one you want to fight, but we're going to speed through and get to the next little area of what to watch out for. When you come up here, there's a boulder that rolls down the stairs that you want to dodge. You know, first time I played the game, I got hit by it and then took out a pretty good chunk of life. But dodge this boulder. But anyways, going on, talk to that dude. He gives you your elixirs, what you gain life with and whatnot, but you know, you just hit X and you can use them. Push down on directional pad to switch between other equipped items in your inventory, like fire bombs and whatnot. But the easiest way to kill your enemies is get behind them. A lot of the normal mobs, you just get behind them, you can one-hit KO them. And then they go quicker than just trying to fight them. You know, get the ones with the shields and whatnot. It's easier to just get behind them and stab them instead of trying to parry them and block them. Just, you know, get behind them, like so. Easy as that, but let's move on. This is where you actually get to fight your tutorial boss. He's pretty easy as long as you stay behind him, and you got to stay behind him. You got to put your face between them butt cheeks. Don't mind the smell, it's what you got to do to survive. But first thing you want to do is jump off and hit your basic attack, and you're going to do that special move right there, and you're going to take off a good chunk of life. Then what you're going to want to do is get behind him, roll, and as you can see, you literally get to put your face in some butt cheeks. Motorboat them. But anyways, this is the easiest way not to take damage. As you can see, it's a little clumsy, but if you make a mistake like I do right here and let him turn around on you, then he can deal quite a bit of damage real quick. When he starts to fly up like that, that's when you want to run. Because the flying is the first sign of he's about to just, stomp the ground, and that's how I got screwed over. I forgot to pay attention. I missed my dodge chance. So, moving on. I try to drink an elixir. As you can see, he does quite a bit of damage, and he can pin you in a corner. Once he pins you in a corner, you just better start writing your will and goodbye letters, because you're going to be doing it again. The first time I played the game, this guy killed me 20 times. And I was playing a thief. I thought, oh, thief would be cool, but matter of fact, he took a lot more damage. So I've remade probably about 3 characters before I settled on I like the knight. He's pretty durable. He can take more damage than the other ones, and come on, he looks cooler than the other ones too. Anyways, you open these doors up here to your left. There's your first, I think it's humanity you get from there. But yeah, you can get that from him. Then you move up on the hill and you climb on your birdie and you fly down to actually start the game. That's the end of the tutorial. That's it. That's all you got to do. Fight your way through the little mini mobs and the boss there, and you're good to go. A lot of people seem to not have as much of a problem as I did with that boss, but you win some, you lose some. Anyways, what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna show you where to get a greatsword, two-handed greatsword off the start. Just from the start, you wanna run down to a graveyard and you wanna pick it up, and you can't use it right away, but you'll have it to go on with. And all you have to do is run down, loot the dead body at the end of the graveyard, and get killed and spawn back up here. That way, there's not that much trouble going on, and it's pretty simple, You get yourself a really good sword. It does like 130 damage, and it's something that you definitely won't turn down. Later on, you'll see me using it, and it does a lot of damage, and it's worth taking a couple of minutes out of your time to run downhill, especially if you don't know what's already going on in the game. Explore it. You can try to fight all the dudes down there and whatnot, but it's not going to work out in your favor. They'll just spawn back up and whatnot, and, get back up and reanimate themselves. So run through them, get the sword, die, then continue on what you gotta do. That's the best way to do it, at least for me. That's my opinion. You don't have to take it, but hey, cool sword, go for it. Anyways, moving on. Once you die, you'll go back to your spawn point up here, and you'll fight your way up the hill here and the stairs. And then you'll get to a point where you can actually farm. I ended up editing that part out. You'll have about, I spent about a half an hour, 45 minutes. I saved you guys from watching, so you're welcome. But, I edited it out and whatnot, and I continued on. I actually got some help from another player. That's another thing with the game is you can't just invite your friends. You have to wait until you get the soapstone, which you'll see later on in the video, and you use the soapstone and you put down, basically your name on the floor, and any player on the multiplayer online mode activated can go to it and summon you, or I guess invade you and whatnot. But there's no way of just inviting your friends unless you hide the soapstone under a crate, and you let your buddy know it's under there, so just wait for it. But it could take some time to show up. No, it's not put down and instantly there. It could take I've heard up to an hour. But you'll see as I come up over on the hill here. I'm also going to show you where the merchant is. Don't make a mistake I did the first time I played. Don't accidentally hit the merchant. If you accidentally hit the merchant, it's gone forever, and there's not another one for a little while. And you want to buy a bow from him, and you want to buy arrows, and you want to get set up to move on throughout the game. But killing the merchant, that's a bad booty right there. But you do get a really cool-ass samurai-looking sword, so once you find your next merchant, you can work your way back and kill that dude just to get his sword if you want, but I usually do it because, why not? It's a cool sword too. But, the games are really good. I like it. It's addictive. It's definitely a challenge. I've died a lot, and I've heard other people died a lot and get frustrated, and why not? This game is definitely a pain in the rear end. We'll go with that. I've sat here and I've cursed my TV out and cursed the game and wish I actually had a hard copy, but being I downloaded off the free game with gold, I couldn't snap a disc. So I had no choice but to huff and puff and walk away, and then come back and be like, I got it this time, and then rinse and repeat. But I did fairly good. I don't know. In this episode, I've only died 8 times. Woo! But, I died a lot more before I did this one. After you play a little while and you figure out the mechanics, it's a really easy game to play. You figure out how to kill the mobs quickly and whatnot, and it gets over pretty quickly. I picked up this dude here, and he's a lot better off than I am. That's for sure. I was gonna show you guys how to kill the Minotaur, and he ends up one-hitting it. But what you want to do is when you come in here to do the Minotaur boss, you want to come in, kill these guys before you even go over there, else you're going to get ranged and you're going to get messed up before you even get into fighting the Minotaur. The deal with the Minotaur is if you're by yourself, you want to get up to where I just was, and you want to jump off that ledge and hit him with a big attack, get a big weapon, two-handed, and jump down on him, deal max damage. And what you want to do is roll under his legs across the bridge, halfway, turn around, roll under his legs again, then get back up on this ladder right here, climb up, then jump down on him, and it's a rinse and repeat process from there. As you see, this dude just jumps down and one-hit KOs that guy. I was kind of envious because I wish I could do that. So I apologize for not being able to bring you guys the best footage on how to kill a Minotaur. If anyone has a problem with it, just leave a comment, and I'll start a game again, and I'll just solo him by myself, and I'll show you pretty much how to work this boss. But he's pretty easy. Just roll, climb, jump down, and repeat. Yeah, as you can see, a little celebratory roll for killing him in one hit. I didn't feel like going through all the gestures. But moving on, coming up next is the dude that's obsessed with his son. You want to go down there. You want to talk to him. Don't just talk to him once. Talk to him twice, and then he'll start giving options for yes or no, and you can choose yes. And then after you choose yes twice, he'll give you the soapstone, which you can use to summon other players or get invaded or whatever. You know, as long as you don't have humanity, I guess you can't be invaded. But so keep yourself hollowed if you don't want to be invaded. But what you want to do is you want to get humanity, at least 2, and use them both at once. You want to use one to reverse hollowing and the other one to kindle a fire so you can get 10 potions out of that bonfire. Right here's the Solar dude, and as you can see, he's like super obsessed with the sun. You know, he's all, ooh, praise the sun. It's like a father, yah. But anyways, we're going to talk to him. We're going to get the soapstone, and then we're going to leave him to burn his retinas out staring at that beautiful sunset. Or sunrise, whatever it is, I don't know. But the next thing you want to be careful is that bridge that I looked at on the way coming down here, and I'm going to now. You don't want to just run down the middle of this bad boy, or else you'll pretty much die, or you'll lose almost all your life. What you want to do is you want to kind of strafe the right of the bridge. You want to hang on the right side of the railing to take as little damage as possible. This Drake is going to come by, and he's just going to do that. He's going to torch everything, kill everything. This is also a good farming spot if you just want some free, easy kills where you don't have to do anything and be lazy about it. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down here and whatnot, and there's a ladder you can kick down, and it goes down to the bonfire below, and that gives you up and down access. You go up there, yada yada, you get him to fire, and it kills all the guys up there, and you get the souls for it. As you can see, they're all dead, and I better get down there before I torched again. Like so. Anyways, just do that, you know, go up, go down, go up, go down, just keep spawning about, and you'll take care of that dude, no problem. Our next little mini boss coming up is the Colossal War Pig, wearing a bunch of armor. Only way to really deal damage to him is to hit him in the butt. He's the only exposed spot, because he needs to take dookies just like everyone else. Everybody poops. But going on with that, you know, I'll show you a little spot where you can, this is where the bow comes in. This is why you don't want to kill the merchant. You want the bow to polish this guy off pretty easy and quick. You just kill these guys, and you can take your bow out, and you can pull off a couple of mobs away from the War Pig. And then, you know, dispatch them simultaneously. Then that way there's not as much if they get pulled to a pig. Then, you know, you'll have more in your hands. But that ledge to my left is where you're going to hide from the pig. I kind of get a little delayed on my way back up, and I miss my step, and I get stuck, and the pig hits me a couple times. But I do not die. I am a champ. I pull through somehow with a little bit of life. A couple of times. Don't judge me. I'm pretty sure you've had problems with this guy at some point if you've played this. But what you want to do is you want to piss this guy off. You want to hit him with an arrow. And as soon as you hit him, run up here like so. And he will just turn around and strut back like, you know, like he's a pimp, and he just keeps shooting him in that butthole, give him his early period due or something. And then don't do what I did. Wait for him to go all the way back, and then, you know, continue trying to pull him back over and whatnot. His health won't regain. Earlier, that Drake you seen, there's people like to leave notes saying try to range him and whatnot. I spent about half an hour shooting that dude and nothing happened. Every time he went back to his perch, he gained all his health back, so unless you have something that does like one hit KO to him, then there you go. But notice how I almost died there. Come on, trooper points there. My guy pulled through. But, you know, I also made a mistake of trying to hit him in the butt again, and I got a little trapped in the corner and almost dead again, you know. I shocked the hell out of myself with this part, but that little area I'm going in, try not to go up the stairs there. There's a huge knight up there, and he will mess you up in early game. And, you know, I haven't really killed one yet, but I will, and you guys will be the first to witness it. I can guarantee you that. You know, I've heard people say get behind them and whatnot, but we'll find out when that road comes. But here you are. This is how you take care of a war pig. Just get up there on that ledge. Don't mess up like I did. I didn't die, so I deserve credit for that, but just keep shooting him in the fanny, and he will die without a hitch. And he drops me a nice, big old, cool-looking helmet so I can feel like all the other big kids. But, you know, if you didn't kill all the guys out there, just range them from here. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward because as soon as I got in there and I cleared out the area and I got up the stairs and I got killed because I forgot to drink potions and I died like 6 times in a row, you know. 4 of them was from those rats below. I got poisoned and tried to trooper it out and ran out of potions, and then one of them, I got up here to the night and I was doing so good, and then, you know, I got hit to a low enough point. I was about to drink a potion and that poison just ticked my life right down to 0 and I passed away. But we're going to head skip up to here and I'm going to show you the next couple set of little mini bosses and we're going to get rid of them. They're not that hard either, you know. These knights are pretty easy. They work just like anyone else. Get behind them and stab them and whatnot. And yeah, it's pretty simple on that. They go down real quick. They're not that hard to kill. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to range a dude in here and pull all the rest of them out. There is a guy hiding around the left of that door tucked in. Be careful of him. Because he'll just come out and gank you. You'll feel it in the morning. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to suit up and we're going to go in here. I'm going to show you this guy up here on the ledge. Don't just run straight for the first guy you see out there in the ledge room. Watch out behind you, because this dude here will blast you with a good one. And, you know, you'll screw yourself over if you try to take them both at once. This guy, last time I fought him, he came off that perch. That's why I was running back and forth in the room. But he decided he's going to hide up there. He must have learned his lesson from last time. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to just shoot him with a bow a few times until he's dead. And that's the best way to do him. He's pretty easy. Just hide behind a pillar or whatever. Keep moving. Where you see that charge, you know, take a side step until he shoots and then shoot him. And he'll die pretty quick. You don't really get anything from him. If you do, then, you know, bravo, I didn't get anything. I'm jealous if you do. If you do, leave a comment. But, you know, we're going to get rid of these guys. And after we kill these guys off, this is going to be the end of the first episode here. Then we're going to move into the next set of bosses. Next set of bosses, there's this big old half torn apart statue dude we get to kill. That's gonna be fun. I haven't beat him yet, so you're gonna be along the ride with me. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and hit him with the STD bomb. The reason I call it that is because if you're creating your character and you go over the the gift and you look at the black bomb, it says it's stronger than STD grenades. You know, I know it means standard, but when I read it, I just get a chuckle thinking, oh, what does it do? Give him like gonorrhea or something? But anyways, the easiest way to kill this guy is just step back. Keep stepping back, you know, backpedaling and whatnot. Keep out of his range, because when he hits you, he can deal quite a bit of damage. But as you can see, that sword there, the one that I told you to go get earlier, just destroys him. That's why you want to get that. By the time you get to these guys, you'll just be tearing through them with that big boy. It's slow, but it delivers an awesome punch, and they'll definitely feel it in the morning. Now over here, there's an elevator, and it leads back down to where we started after the tutorial. And that's going to be your next closest bonfire until you get next door and all that, and you'll see that in the next episode. And, you know, that's that, you know. And don't forget to, you know, subscribe and comment and whatnot. You know, I want to hear your guys' feedback. Your feedback is important and it helps me develop and prosper. You know, I'm just getting started and I gotta learn, and it's gonna be through feedback. So subscribe, like, comment.